This is going to cause a bit of controversy.
I feel like this is one we're going to get judged a lot. This wasn't a massive problem. It made it a little bit more difficult. I think she said...
We were told it wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, it was a big problem.
Only he can get a mortgage. She's not involved. Only he can get a mortgage. Whatever that is, it's not a job. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Like I keep saying, may as well start saying our channel. But we thought we'd sit down, as this has been very requested, and kind of talk about our experience with buying our house.
Yep.
If you are new around here, we are first time buyers. We recently bought our first home. It's been less than a month, 3 weeks we've been in here.
Yeah.
So yeah, we thought we'd just sit and talk about our process, because I feel like we had
an up and down process.
A very up and down process. There's things we haven't yet spoken about that happened during our time of buying the house. So we're just going to talk to you guys about our process. Obviously we cannot talk for everyone. This was purely just our experience.
Yeah.
I basically just asked you guys for some questions on Instagram. I got a cup of tea. Grab a cup of tea. I feel like this is going to be a long video. And just enjoy it.
Yeah.
We're gonna just get on with the questions, I think.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a lot to answer, aren't we?
I feel like we're gonna have a lot to answer. I'm actually really excited for this video.
I'm gonna try not to sniff.
Oh yeah, Dan's hay fever is really bad. He's also a little bit sunburned. It looks worse in the camera than it does in person.
You're gonna have to touch it up. I don't want to look like Mr.
I can't touch it
Mr.
up on
Krabs.
video. I'm sorry, I can't do that.
It'll go tanned, it's fine.
Right. Like I say, I feel like Karen's are gonna come. This was just our experience. I feel like there's no right or wrong way to buying a house.
Yeah, I feel like as well a house purchase never goes smoothly. Like nothing, from what
we learned.
We've learned that nothing will ever go as you expect.
Yeah. How many houses did you view?
This is going to cause a bit of controversy.
I feel like this is one we're going to get judged a lot. Just this one.
Yeah, just this one.
Well, we actually viewed a new build back in Jan.
We went to a new build site in Jan.
Oh no, in December. I feel like it was Christmas, when you had Christmas off.
Yeah, probably just after Christmas we went to a new build site, because we were up until Jan we were fairly set on a new build, weren't we?
Yeah, and then just one night in lockdown in Dan's room, you brought it at first. I'd been thinking it for a while, and I know my dad said, Amber, you should have just said.
Yeah.
But I thought you were so set on a new build too, but you just said, oh, I'd actually kind of like to renovate a house. And I saw all these renovations on TikTok, and it's something I've always wanted to do, and I was like, that's so weird you said that, because I've been thinking about that recently. Because I think when we viewed the new build, we were quite disheartened with it, wasn't we?
Yeah, it was I don't know how you would say it wasn't as good as we thought.
No.
We thought it was going to be the perfect house, and we got there and it was just the size of it.
It's a lot smaller. Obviously we didn't visit the new build we were actually going to buy, but it was the house type for a site that was a lot closer to us. But yeah, the house type was the one we were going to go for. We'd got in contact with that site.
The sales team at the
site we were going to
go for.
And we thought, right, we'll go start viewing them. And yeah, I was really underwhelmed.
Yeah, but neither of us said that on the day.
No.
I think we didn't want to believe that it wasn't the house for us.
because back then we didn't have option 2. Like, to us, that was going to be the perfect site. It was going to be the perfect house. And yeah, we viewed it, and I just remember thinking, God, this is actually quite small.
And then I don't know why we were set on a new build, to be honest.
No, I don't. I think it was ghosts for me.
There wasn't a particular reason.
No, it's just my dad works within construction, and he was the one that said, look, there's this site being built here, and we were like, wow, that's so perfect. It will be built perfect time for when we want to move out. And the
location was ideal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Lovely location.
Don't get me wrong, like, that site is going to be gorgeous. Like, there's no denying it was in such a lovely location. We've seen the houses, they've been starting to be built now, and they are gorgeous houses, but it just wasn't right for us. There was going to be a lot more money than this house, and was going to be a lot smaller.
Yeah.
So
going back to the question,
20 minutes later,
technically the second house.
This was the second house, but this was the Shall I talk about how we got to view this house? Shall I then?
Yeah, go for it.
So
I mean, it's all very weird how it happened.
Yes, very weird.
Yeah,
it was a Thursday in Jan. I was on Rightmove, and we wanted to renovate, so we were looking at houses quite cheap, because obviously you don't want to buy an expensive house to renovate, you need the money to renovate. And there wasn't much. We did find one, but it had gone, we called for a view and it had gone off the market.
It was under offer, wasn't it?
Yeah, I said that's a sign, that is a sign. So I put my budget up on, oh no, I was on the market. I put my budget up a little bit just to see what else there was out there, and stumbled across this house that had come on the market the day before, I want to say it had gone on.
Was it the day before?
The day before it had gone on. And I think Dan, I was telling you I'm on this story earlier, Dan was on a call at the time when I found it. So I ran downstairs, Dan's mum wasn't in, and I ran to Dan's dad with my laptop going, I was like, Andy, look at this house, like look how perfect it is. When I was looking for the pictures, like each picture I was like, wow. Saw it had an office space, I was like, even more wow. Price was really reasonable for what we wanted. And Dan got off his call and I showed you and you were like, right, booking a viewing.
Yeah. It was very spare at the moment. It was
very.
Should we talk about the timeline? So, as you said, it was the Thursday you saw. It went on the market on Wednesday.
No, on the Thursday. We found it on the Friday.
We found it on the Friday. Booked a viewing on the Friday.
Yeah.
For the Saturday.
Sunday. Do you want me to do the timeline? I was like, you forgot the days. So it went on the market, I believe, on the Thursday. We found it on the Friday, booked our viewing in on the Friday. Then
did you view it on a Sunday, not the Saturday?
Yeah, then viewed it on the Sunday, promise you. Remember it as clear as day. Viewed it on the Sunday, rang up on the Monday, put our offer in. We'll go on to the offer shortly, and then got the phone call on the Tuesday, which was Dan's birthday, and got it accepted.
Yeah.
So, how many houses did we view? 2?
Yeah, very long answer to the question, that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
It's just that there's a lot to get through, basically.
Yeah, there is. Did you go into a bidding war? Now, this is the part that we didn't know about. No one had prepared us for this little part of buying a house. So when we rang up, we knew, we got told an offer had already been put in.
And we got the impression that there'd been a few offers.
Yes, and there was a lot of viewings. Like, I can tell from that day they were packed with viewings. It's a gorgeous house and it was a reasonable price, so it's expected to have a lot of viewings. There was a couple that came out when we went pretty much going in. There was a couple waiting outside.
We're finished.
We're going out.
Yeah.
You could just tell this house had a lot of viewings. So we knew we wanted it, but we actually came in here with no hopes. I said to Dan, this is the first proper house we're looking at, we're not going to get it.
Let's just view it, just for the sake of it, why not? Let's just get, let's just view a house.
It's quite sad when we look back, because we really didn't get our hopes up. I didn't view this thinking, it's going to be ours, because I just didn't think we were going to get it. So what even is the question about the bidding war? So we literally, we viewed it on the Sunday. We rang up the estate agent on the Monday saying we want to put a offer in for the asking price. We knew that we're not going to go under. Even when we booked in for the viewing, the woman on the phone said okay, this house is actually really popular, I'm going to have to get you booked in for this weekend. That's why the viewing was so quickly. So we went in for our asking price. We said we want to put an offer in for the asking price. Now, this is the bit no one tells you about. So a few hours later, we got a call from the estate agent, and he said to us, okay, so there's been a lot of offers put in today. You can keep your offer as it is, or you can go higher.
They said that the sellers are giving you the chance to think about it again and revise your offer if you want to. So we had a chat, didn't we?
We had a chat, but you don't know what everyone else has put in.
It's the thing, and you don't know what to believe. We could have been the only offer. And
true. I don't think we were, but
when you're selling a house, you want to get as much for it as you can. You just would.
Yeah.
So you don't know what to believe, but we had a little chat, didn't we?
Yeah.
Had a little. You had what you wanted to offer. I had what I wanted to offer.
And we went in the middle.
We met in the middle.
Bang in the middle.
So we didn't get into a bidding war, because it wasn't back and forth between us and another couple.
It was kind of just a guessing game.
Yeah.
So and I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what you do, isn't it? It was. It wasn't a bidding war, but it was.
Guess the price of the house.
How much do you want the house?
Yeah.
And then we were prepared to pay that maybe a little bit extra just to get it, to get a better chance of having it. Still not expecting to get it.
Still didn't think. So then we put in our offer. We said this is our offer, and the estate agent says, okay, yeah, that's good. Like, he gave us a little bit of reassurance. He was like, that's a good offer.
Yeah.
And then got to the Tuesday and nothing. Got to we had breakfast at yours, and we were just waiting for this phone call. Guys,
what was it, about 12:30?
Yeah, no, I think it was about 11:30. 12.
Sure?
We just had our
I think it was about 12.
Oh really? So guys, I wish I got this phone call on camera, because it was like a feeling like no other. Even just for our sake, I wish we had it.
Yeah.
I remember it so well. I was sat on Dan's bed.
I remember it. I was putting together a little...
one of your birthday presents, wasn't
Putting together one of my birthday presents, and oh my god, my phone rang and...
Fantastic.
The ringtone, honestly.
Honestly, Dan's ringtone, we don't want to hear it again.
The house buying process will make you change your ringtone, because you just dread a call.
It.
You dread every call, just dreading bad news.
That's the worst part, is that you do dread every phone call. So yeah, got the phone call. And what did he say?
He said, "Hi Dan, I bet you've been waiting for this phone call all day, haven't you?"
That was it.
And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that if he's going to say, oh, well, you didn't need to wait because you ain't got it.
Yeah.
And then he was like, your offer's been accepted, the house is
God,
yours.
even when you say that now, like, it puts tears in my eyes.
You burst out crying.
Oh God.
I was on the phone like,
even
I have to say something.
Now, yeah.
I was seeing Amber like literally pouring with tears, and I was like, oh no way, thank you. Yeah, thanks so much.
Didn't know what to
Looking
say.
at you were staring at me in bits. And I was like, oh no way, thank you so much, you're joking.
So funny. And he was like, right, I'm just going to leave you to it, because we just didn't know what to say.
Yeah. So yeah, no, we didn't get into a bidding war.
That was the best day about. Like, if I could live that day again. I was texting Talia, like, crying my eyes out. Like, my first instinct was I need to tell Talia. How is it?
No.
I feel like we need to start answering these quicker.
We're not very good, are we? No bidding war.
No bidding war. What was the selling point of the house for you both? Okay.
I think we both know this.
Mine personally was the office.
Mine was the office, because I knew how important that space was that we needed. Because originally we always wanted a 3-bed house, with the intention that the third room or the second room would be an office. So the fact that we had a 3-bed house and then had an office space, which is a big office space downstairs, was just it was just perfect. Yeah. And then when we came, it was just
all
the decor.
The decor, the colour, the floors, the walls, everything was just spot on. So, but yeah, first to make us actually view it was definitely the office space.
That was whenever we were looking on Rightmove, we'd go onto floor plans and we'd look for the potential to have an office space downstairs or the size of one of those.
Well, it was always when we were on Rightmove was looking for a garage, wasn't it, to convert, and that the office is actually a converted garage, so it was already done.
Yeah.
Which was perfect.
So yeah, the selling point was the office space.
100%. Did you have a chain on your house when you were buying it? We were in a chain of one. There was us and them.
It wasn't even a chain, really.
I think it's classed as a chain. No chains when the house is empty.
Yeah, but it was good. Yeah, so it was a bit... I don't know how much we can say, but the sellers of this house were buying privately.
Yeah.
So...
Would you say that?
On the day that we completed, the only transaction that completed was our purchase.
Yeah. So, yeah, technically no chain then, I guess.
Yeah, but there was us in there.
How long did it take for the house process? Way too long.
Way too long.
Longer. If you told us in Jan that we wouldn't be moving until May, we would have been like...
Are you sure about that?
Wow, okay. So, yeah, it was long. A couple of things happened on the journey.
I'm sure we'll get to that. But...
We will probably get to that, yeah. Which delayed us by a couple of weeks, and then the longest part by far was definitely the searches that get done. It gets done by mortgage. No, it's
done by the
solicitors.
The solicitors instruct it, but they're done by the local council.
The local council, they just took weeks and weeks. 6.
It was touching 6 weeks for them to come back.
So that was a big old process.
But I've heard of longer. I've heard of some searches taking months.
Yeah, mad.
But what was the whole process? It was a couple of days over 4 months.
Yeah.
From when the offer got accepted to moving in.
Which I do feel like for 2 people, that's a long time. But who knows? We've never done this before. Gosh, now you have a house when the babies come in. Guys, honestly, not yet. We're 22 and 23. It's not happening anytime soon.
We don't want kids anytime soon, sorry.
No. Did you have a Help to Buy account or did you save in a normal account? We had the lifetime ISAs, which, guys, I honestly cannot recommend them enough. We didn't do we didn't do Help to Buy, did we, at all? We just did the lifetime. I don't know what it's called. Is it just the lifetime ISA scheme?
Just the lifetime ISA in the sense, because you can't do Help to Buy ISAs you can't open them anymore.
No, I don't think you can. I don't know if you can open any of them.
So we did the lifetime because, well, at the time we opened them a couple of years ago.
Yeah, we did.
It's just good to have.
Yeah.
And I think the only reason we did a lifetime over a Help to Buy is you get the same amount off the government, the 25% bonus. You can put the same amount in per year, which I think is £4,000.
Yeah, it is.
The only difference with the lifetime is that you could put the £4,000 in any time, whereas the Help to Buy, it was like...
Was it a certain amount a month?
It was like £400 a month.
Yeah, so sorry, go on.
No, go on.
I was going to say, so the way we did it, we just bulked it every
at the end of the tax year.
We just stuck in whatever we wanted to. We did it in bulk rather than spread it over monthly.
It just worked better, because if you couldn't afford to max it out a month of a Help to Buy, you're essentially losing out on money.
100%. So yeah, we just did it where we got 25% back from the government, and then getting a little bit towards the deposit. It worked out well.
It's really good. Enough. Like, it's free.
You don't pay it back. But we didn't do the Help to Buy scheme to buy the house. No. We just used a lifetime ISA, which the money has to go towards the deposit. So that's what we did. If you haven't got a Help to Buy ISA, I'd definitely recommend a lifetime ISA. Have you found it a struggle with money after just moving in? I feel like I'm going to answer this in this scenario. As much as I complain about the 4 months, that was the way we knew what was happening, and that gave us a lot of time to prepare. So in those 4 months, we brought furniture, so it wasn't a big cost when we moved in. Dan's an accountant, and I feel like when you're moving, that's the best kind of partner to have, because he's just good at planning things out and budgeting. Yeah. So we brought quite a bit of furniture before moving in.
Yeah.
We had those 4 months to prepare, save even more on top of our deposit, and just save.
I was going to say, if we'd have completed in March, it might have been a bit tougher.
Yeah,
and we might have had to wait to buy some stuff. In terms of how we struggled, we haven't actually paid any bills yet, because...
Sky went out the other day.
We've paid Sky, but in terms of mortgage, that doesn't come out, and there has to be a... one full calendar month between when you move and your first payment. Mm-hmm. So we moved on the 21st of May.
Yeah.
But our first mortgage payment isn't until the 4th of July.
Yeah.
So.
And it's a little bit more because the interest gets added on. But we haven't actually really paid bills yet, so can't quite answer your question.
Yeah. Come back to us in 2 months when we're crying.
When we're crying. Yeah. Okay, a lot of people, and I feel like this is a difficult one to answer. How did you plan saving for your house? Lockdown definitely helped. We've both said if it wasn't for lockdown, we don't think we would have moved out. Because I think the year of 2020, if 2020 was the perfect year with no coronavirus, there would have been a lot of holidays. I feel like we would have gone it would have been our year to not travel, but just go on lots of different holidays.
Yeah.
So I think coronavirus, we obviously moved in with each other. I moved into Dan's house, which one made us realise that we can live together and it's what we want to do. Mm-hmm. 2, after we realised that properly, we were like, okay, we were saving a little bit before, but I was still taking money out of my savings, I wasn't properly saving. So then that's when it kind of opened my eyes to I want to move out now. And we properly started saving. People ask how did we save? I feel like everyone's situation is differently, so I feel like we can't answer that for you all, but I will be honest, I got into I'm going to say it was almost an unhealthy way of saving, to a point where I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go away for the weekend, I didn't want to pay to go away for the weekend, I didn't want to go out like for meals all the time, because I was just like, no, that £50 can be saved, and that's not good. Like, that's not a good thing. I'm not recommending that whatsoever.
Definitely.
So I kind of got almost like caught up with saving, and even on like videos, like my videos slacked because I didn't want to spend like £200 on a video, because that £200 can be saved.
Yeah.
So I feel like it got almost unhealthy for me. I mean, you've been saving well.
Yeah, I never really started like one day deciding, I'm going to start saving up for a house. No, it was just ever since I started working, I'd never spend all my wages. I'd always try and save a good chunk, just because
it's just not rainy day. It's just nice
like,
to have.
Like having money, and I feel like that's what you save up for.
From when you start working, yeah. Eventually the end goal.
I've said it to you, haven't I, recently, since we've moved in, like, the incentive to save for me is gone.
Yeah.
Because, like, ever since I started working, I've just been saving up for a deposit, but now we hit that.
Where I'm the opposite, aren't I? Like, I'm still getting, like, I'll get like a brand deal come through, and I'm like, right, save it all. And I'm like, no, don't save it all. And I'm like, transfer it into my savings account. And don't get me wrong, it's good to have money and still save, but I'm still in that like almost unhealthy situation where I'm trying to save everything, and I don't need to.
I think it's because of your job.
Yeah.
And the nature of your job, you want that comfort.
The comfort. My job is a lot more uncertain than what Dan's job is.
But no job's certain.
Well, we've
no job's forever. No job's stable. So
exactly.
Got to take each day as it comes.
Exactly. So yeah, kind of like when it comes to saving, I don't think I can. Well, I can't tell you guys what to do, but all I can say that it's worth it in the end.
Yeah.
Do you know what I said this to my brother? What I find with saving, I find it really hard when I didn't have much money in my account to keep it going. But once I can see it building up, that's when I kind of got a bit obsessed with it. Like, oh, let's make it to this next grand. Let's make it to this next grand, and it does become unhealthy, but it becomes easier to save when you can see the results. It almost becomes rewarding, but I think I got a bit obsessed with it.
Good tip for saving was setting up a direct debit every week to go to your savings.
Yes.
For a small amount.
Only a little bit.
Like 20.
That's what I used to do. 25 quid a week.
Every
Monday,
direct debit to your savings account.
And it builds up.
You don't really notice it go out.
Yeah.
And then it builds up slowly.
Exactly.
There's lots of savings.
How long do you plan on living there? P.S. living a longer vlogs. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're living the vlogs. It makes me so happy. How long do we plan on living here? I feel like we can't put a timestamp on it right now.
I think good 5 to 8 years.
Whoa! Didn't expect you to throw the 8 out the bag. I was going to say 5-6 years.
It's 5. Yeah, we'll be here longer than 5 years.
Yeah.
I think so.
It's not our forever home. It's not our family home. No, obviously, we are both still young, but for us, this house is more than big enough.
Yeah.
So I feel it's definitely a house where we'll get married. We will have our first child.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually 5 to 8 years.
I think 5 to 8 years.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Is furnishing the house expensive?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. But I said this to my dad and stepmom, like, it seems expensive, but obviously we just halve everything.
Yeah, when you halve something,
it makes it better. It sounds better.
It's nicer.
Yeah, it sounds better.
But it is expensive.
Yeah.
There's no
denying it. A lot of people have said, is there any extra costs with buying, hidden costs? For me personally, the only hidden cost, I feel like we were prepared. Like, guys, I've watched these type of videos on YouTube like over and over and over again. Like every day we sat there like, right, I need to know everything. I want to learn everything. I want to do this. And there was 2 hidden costs for me personally, and that was to do with the solicitors. We got told that for using lifetime ISA account, now this might just be our solicitors, but for using lifetime ISA accounts, we were charged, I can't remember,
75 quid per account. I think it's pretty standard.
That is,
across solicitors, because they ask you when you get a quote, are you using an ISA?
Yes. And the last one,
it was called an expedition fee, and it's when you exchange and then complete within 8 days, and that was like 100 quid.
That was quite
plus VAT. And we ended up exchanging and completing on the same day.
On the same day. If you guys watch the vlog, you'll know that wasn't meant to happen, but it did. And we're here. It doesn't matter now. We're in the house.
Yeah. So the extra costs would be, obviously, aside from your deposit, you can have costs for the mortgage, like product fees.
Yes.
Did we?
I can't.
We didn't have a product fee, but we had to pay the mortgage advisors, they had a fee and admin fees and stuff like that, and then they weren't too bad.
So long ago now.
Doesn't it? They weren't too bad, but solicitors' fees are quite. You have to budget them in.
Yeah, it is the solicitor fees.
You do end up paying
apart from
a
your
lot.
deposit, solicitor fees are definitely the next biggest chunk.
Yeah, you're going to be paying at least 1,300 quid.
Yeah.
I'd say. So yeah, always budget that in because I never thought there'd be that much.
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
No, I was a bit like, wow, okay. But the only good thing I will say, because obviously your searches and all that are included, yes, it's like £1,300, but it's broken down over X amount of months.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, today we need your searches fee, which is this amount. Okay, we now need this. We now need that.
Yeah,
it wasn't like, oh, hi, give us your deposit and all the money now. It is broken over, but obviously when you're going to buy a house, I would definitely say just make sure you have that money budgeted ready.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yes, I feel like we should go on the juicy part. Getting a mortgage.
God.
What's the mortgage
You're going to
journey?
stress me out on a Saturday night.
Oh,
I'm going to start getting sweaty palms.
No, this is all my fault. I'm in the process right now and it's hard. It is hard, and I'm going to hold my hands up and say I don't think we were prepared because it happened so quick. And so, little backstory, Dan is employed, I am self-employed. You guys know this is what I do as my job. But I now have 2 years on the books, which is what mortgage lenders like to see when you come to buy a house. But when we got our offer accepted, and let me just point out, we did do mortgage calculators before viewing houses. We didn't just kind of like grab a house out the air thinking, oh yeah, we're going to be able to afford this much. I think we can afford this much.
We'd already done mortgage in principles.
Yeah, we had a mortgage in principle. Yeah. So we knew how much we could afford. So it got accepted, and then we contacted, we actually went through a mortgage lender. Is that what they're called?
Mortgage advisor.
Mortgage advisor, sorry. And sat down, it was all over the phone, and gave all our details, our income, the bank knew. So yeah, sorry, going back to what I was saying, when you come to buy a house and you're self-employed, they like to see 2 years. I had 1 year. This wasn't a massive problem. It made it a little bit more difficult. I think she said...
We were told it wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, it was a big problem.
It was a big problem. We went from like 60 banks to wanting to give us money to like...
closer to 100.
Yeah.
100 lenders, and it went down to 9.
Fun. So, can I say who we went for, or should I just leave?
No, just say it. A popular high street bank.
Yeah. So we went for a popular high street branch, and fine, all the checks, gave us a mortgage in principle. They were happy with everything, and then
Went to the underwriters.
Who are the insurance company.
I believe they insure the banks to lend the money.
And yeah, I feel like all the haters out there that have always said that YouTube isn't a job are going to absolutely love me saying this. But basically the underwriters looked at me and said, that's not a job.
They basically wrote you off as a person.
Yeah, so only he can get a mortgage. She's not involved, only he can get a mortgage. Whatever that is, it's not a job.
Yeah.
It just really upset me that they saw I had an income.
Yep.
And
a good income.
Said that it wasn't a job. But we're not going to get into it, okay?
It was...
So, yeah, we got the phone call to say our mortgage had been declined and there was nothing else that could be done.
Yeah, and it was so annoying because when you do a mortgage in principle, which is like, we've already done that, you give your job title and you give what you earn, you give all your details.
Yeah.
And it was the fact that it took until it got to the underwriters for something as simple as a job title to be flagged up. Mm-hmm. That's what really pissed us off.
Yeah.
Because it's just a big hole in the system.
Yeah.
You give them a detail right at the start, and then it's 8 weeks down the line.
Yeah, it was quite...
They turn around and say,
oh, that
initial detail, one of the first things you told us about you.
Yeah.
No, you can't have that.
No, thanks. Don't like you.
My blood's boiling now about it. Really pissed me off.
we would, oh god, that was the worst day ever. I remember as well that day I had a vlog going up on YouTube and it had a cherries haul in it, and I was kind of like almost hinting about the house, and I was just thinking, oh my god, people are going to think we've brought a house and now we haven't. Like we that was the end. Well, you thought it was the end, didn't you? We were told to call the estate agent and to basically pull out because that was it, and we're not going to be able to get a mortgage until I've got 2 years on the books.
Because how can one bank turn around and say no, your income doesn't count, and then another bank be like, yeah. How can that swing? It's weird.
I just don't know.
Yeah. So the first application was really bad news.
Yeah.
It was like we were close to ringing up the estate agent saying, look, we're going to
there's nothing we can do. We did get told wrongly that was the end and there was nothing else that can be done.
Yeah.
So we went out, Dan went out searching, not the streets, just on his phone, for something else.
Yeah, so we ended up just looking like specialised lenders for like self-employed people with 1 year on the books, because there's loads of them out there.
Yeah.
So it's a case of just Googling that. And this is weird because I'd filled in my details on this website, and halfway through I was like, nah, I'm not sure about this, and I went off. And then it was the next day, that website, because I'd already given them my contact details, they phoned me up, and it was that agent who ended up getting us our actual mortgage.
Mad, isn't it? And he made it so easy.
Oh, it was
so easy. So please don't give up, because I'm going to be honest, you'd given up.
I'd given up, yeah.
You were no, my dad was on the phone to me and he was like, Amber, he really pissed me off. I was like, Lee, shut up. He was like, do you know what's happened for a reason? I was like, I don't want to hear that right now, Lee, like, be quiet. And you were like, no, and I kept saying to you, I was like, Dan, I see myself in this house.
Yeah.
Like, I can see it. Like, I was upset. Yes, I cried, but it wasn't over for me. I was like, no, there's got to be another way. Like, I can still see it. So, yeah. Then good old Darren.
Just from start to finish.
What were they called, just in case people...
Bonaccord mortgages.
Honestly, made it so easy.
Yeah. And it was a quick turnaround, which we needed, because the original application was probably over 3 weeks. Yeah, so that was like 3 weeks gone.
And the sellers didn't know what was going on. They just thought we were applying for a mortgage still. Because we didn't want to tell anyone. Even our estate agent ended up knowing. But yeah, so first mortgage was declined. But please, when it gets declined, like, do not give up.
Yeah, just don't give up.
Don't give up. Like, there's so many brokers, there's so many lenders out there.
Broker, that's the word.
Yeah, so many brokers, so many lenders. I mean, now, if it was a couple of months of when we found this house, I would have had 2 years. Like I said, I've got 2 years now, and it would have been fine.
We haven't got the cheapest mortgage.
No, interest...
compared to what we were quoted with the high street
banks. High streets interest rates are probably a little bit lower. When you go specialised, they are a little bit higher.
Yeah.
But there's remortgages. We've only got like 2 year fixed.
2 year fixed, yeah.
Then we can remortgage and go on from there. But yeah, that was our journey with the mortgage. Can't say it was smooth. That was definitely the worst part of the house buying process.
But just don't give up.
Yeah, please.
Because there will be someone out there to lend to you.
Yeah.
There will be. 100%.
Someone asked what percentage of deposit did you have to place? Are you okay answering this one?
Yeah.
So, going back to the whole mortgage process, with our situation of me only having 1 year on the books, it meant that we couldn't be lent.
We could borrow less.
Which meant we had to put a bit more of a deposit down, because I know, well, the 5% deposit scheme hadn't even come out at this point.
It hadn't.
So we put, how much of it? 18%?
It was about 18%
deposit.
Which we originally wanted to do 10.
Yeah. Fun.
Or 15. Might be 15.
15, I think, is 15. What. Yeah. So, but the way I look at it is that it's just money going into the house. Obviously, we're not renting; it's a mortgage, so it's just money that has gone into the house.
Yeah.
And that's essentially paid off.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just got to look at the bright side. You've just got to try and find the positives in everything. Yes, we probably didn't want to put that much money down.
And it was a bit of a shit, because like you think, the more we can keep aside for furniture and just rainy day funds, the better.
More savings. I think we both wanted to move out with a lot of savings still, but I mean, it doesn't always happen the way you want it to, as proven. But yeah, just look at the positive side. Like I said the whole time to you, look, it's just a little bit more paid off. It's a little bit less that we have to pay off on the mortgage.
Yeah.
I mean, not that we'll ever pay off this mortgage in this house, but You just got to think of the positives. I've never seen a washer in the kitchen. Is that normal in the UK? Yeah.
It's
washing
normal,
machine.
but it doesn't seem normal. Having a washing machine in where you make food, I think it's a bit strange. I saw some on Instagram, or somewhere like Germany, their washing machines are in their bathroom.
Bathrooms, yeah.
That
does seem more normal, actually. But it does take up a lot. The kitchens are just bigger than bathrooms.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's convenience, isn't it?
We don't have a utility room, but I'm okay with that. We don't have a tumble dryer, and do you know what? I feel like it has been hot, so we have coped really well without it. Ask me again in the winter, we might want one. But I'm trying to work without one for now.
At the minute.
How many bedrooms? 3 bedrooms. Do you like being in your own space now with your... do you like being in your own home now with your own space? Do you know what, guys? I really miss Dom's bedroom and sleeping in that single bed. But I cry myself to sleep every night just thinking about how much fun we had in that bedroom with that single bed.
Sounds raunchy.
Okay, no. Obviously, it's
nice.
just... It's, for me, it's sitting in a living room. Like, I've never done that. Like, in my house with my parents, we had a 3-story house and our living room was upstairs. And I just could never really get used to it. I kind of almost used to feel like when I sat in there... Does that ever happen to you? Like, you'll sit in the living room and your parents are like, what do you want? Like, why are you here? Like, you never sit in here. And it was almost like I was sat in their bedroom, like it felt, because... I don't know, I think it's because it wasn't downstairs, so I've never... And obviously when we were at yours, we didn't sit in the living room a lot. We were in your bedroom a lot.
Yeah.
So, like, just having the comfort of, like, our own living room, like, chilling, watching the telly... It's
just nice.
And I can imagine, like, you cooking and...
It's just... I don't know, it's hard to explain. But
yeah.
It's a nice feeling. I think with lockdown, it's sad to say, because I've been in that house my whole life, but I've just outgrown home throughout lockdown. Like, working, sleeping, chilling in the same 4 walls. It got tough.
I always remember when I worked in retail, love the people I work with, absolutely love them. Told me a lot of things in life that I will just remember forever. But one lady said to me, she says, one day a penny will drop and your wings will open and you will be ready to leave home, and you will just know. It's like a penny will drop, and that penny dropped for me when I was about 18. I think that's from me doing YouTube and having a small bedroom. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely loved it, but I've always wanted an office. Like, it's always a dream, especially being a YouTuber. Like, you always dream of having your own space to film. So for me, that was 18, and I think that feeling for you happened in lockdown, didn't it?
Yeah it did.
And that was just from living in your bedroom.
Yeah, that was it, just
100%.
But we were talking about that earlier. It only got tough when our offer got accepted and we knew what we were going to have. It was like, oh, come on.
Yeah, definitely.
Not this room anymore.
Even with YouTube, for me, at the end, you guys will see my videos completely slacked off because I had that much house content planned that I just couldn't think of content to do in Dan's room, and I lost all motivation because I was like, just get me to the house content.
Yeah.
So, yeah. On average, how much do you spend each month on bills? We don't know yet. Can't answer that.
We're waiting that bad news.
Yeah, we're waiting for the letters to come through.
Budgeted it out.
Yeah.
And we're kind of getting we got a rough feeling with food based on that.
Yeah. All I'm going to say, when you go food shopping, write a damn list. Don't go
and go just after you've eaten.
Dinner. Don't go when you're hungry. It's a bad idea. Don't do that. Don't do that.
We haven't covered any savings tips. I don't know if you've got any savings tips. A lot of people are asking for savings tips. So I don't know. I feel
like my advice is just not good advice.
Tips on saving.
You're an accountant, Dan. I feel like you'd have good saving tips.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Obviously, lifetime ISA, because you're getting 25% of whatever you save on top of that for free. You don't have to pay that back, which is sick. Bonus. So good. Like, they don't push that. Not many people know about it.
I guess Bojo
need to get that word out there. Exactly, because it really helps
massively.
We got a good chunk.
Yeah, a good fair few grand.
A good chunk, and it covered amazing. Direct debit every week from your current account to your savings account.
Yeah.
For a small amount, does add up.
I think as well, just getting the motivation, and also if you are doing it with a partner or a friend, like have the communication there, and kind of have the motivation together. I'd
say kind of looking into what sort of house you want to move into, how much it costs, how much deposit you'll need, and then you have a numerical goal that you're working towards. Because if you're just planning to save, that's so open. You don't
Also,
when you've got a number.
I've got one. This is for the childlike people like me out there. I have a Barclays account, which is where I was saving my money as well. And when you save and you keep saving, a little piggy bank comes up and he's got a little party hat on. And if you take money out of your savings account, he goes. And I didn't want him to go. And it made me save more.
So just find a little cartoon piggy that looks happy and you're basically sorted.
Yeah, that's my advice to you. No, that did help me. I kept showing you the pig, like, oh look, I'm on a savings stream.
It had a little circle, didn't it?
Oh, you can do that. I actually recommend a Barclays saving account. So with Barclays Savings, you can set yourself a goal and call it something. So I set it house goal, and then you set how much you want to save by a certain period, and there's a big circle that tracks about how far you are, like you're nearly there. Like green if you're on track, it does go red if you're not on track, and that also helped me as well, to the point where I just try to save everything I earn, which don't do that.
Because it's hard to, there's a lot of questions about how much you save, but it's hard to say, like, because it's so different for different areas.
I will say we don't live in London, and I don't want you guys to look, because I know, for example, Talia, her and her boyfriend live in London, and if they lived where we lived, they could do it, but it's like if we lived in London, we wouldn't be able to move out.
No
So
way.
please don't look at us and think, oh my god, they're 22 and they're 23, like they've moved out, so why can't I move out, why can't I do that? Like, we are just fortunate that we don't live in an expensive area. So yes, that as well. Please don't look at us and think, oh my god, they've done it, so we have to do it. It's all down to whereabouts you live in the UK as well, and some areas are obviously a lot cheaper than others. So
I'd say I think a good deposit to put down is 10%. So I know the 5% thing is a new thing, but it's when you're putting down that small amount, there's the risk that, like, if house prices do fall, your mortgage is worth more than the house itself, which can be problematic. So I think 10% is a good goal to work towards. So like you say, if you know what sort of house you want, just get on the market, look at what price range they are, and then work backwards from there. Think about what you need. Like, don't go in there thinking, oh, I want a 4-bed house, when you don't need a 4-bed house. It's all about just getting on the property ladder, isn't it? I mean, it's nice. What we were looking at £30 million mansions in Surrey, down on the market. Because it's easy to go on there and go, oh, we don't want to look at small 3 beds. We don't want to look at
2 beds. Don't want that.
Let's look at 6-bedroom country houses with swimming pools and indoor gyms. Nice. But
no, can't afford that. So I guess it's getting an idea of what you want, and just looking, like, even to this day, like I'm not moving anytime soon, but I've got the bug for houses now, and I love looking at floor plans, and even now, like, I'm so interested with house prices and areas, and I'm like on Rightmove all the day just seeing like what's going up for sale, just because ever since I've done it, I'm nosy. You know, I want to know. It's
fun. Ever since we knew we want to move out, whenever we drive in,
for sale signs.
Oh, look at that house. Oh, I like that. I like those windows.
It's mad, isn't it, when you buy a house, and like for sale signs, and oh look, that one's sold now. Oh, that's still not sold. Like,
they're gonna have to knock that.
Like we're just it's so weird now.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one on the market.
On the market, Oh, they got a nice kitchen in their house. But I felt we've answered a lot. This video is like 2 hours long, I swear.
It's fine. What colour are the kitchen cupboards?
Like cream. Grey cream.
How long should we do a quick fire?
Okay, go.
Is your house detached?
Semi-detached.
Do you live closer to Dan's or yours?
Dan's. My friends.
How long did it take you to move in once you put the offer in? You said that.
4 months.
4 months. What's the hardest thing about moving? The waiting.
Oh, yeah, the waiting. And be prepared to not hear anything for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Hear nothing from solicitors, estate agents. Just prepared for that. That's the bit that I wasn't prepared for, is that there is weeks on end that you just don't hear anything. And that is normally when the searches are going on. It goes very quiet.
Time goes very slowly when you're in the process.
And you're just waiting for a dreaded phone call that either the sellers have pulled out or the mortgage actually don't want you anymore.
What was it stressful?
What?
Was it stressful?
No. Easy. No,
Very
it's really stressful.
Were you scared? That's a good question. Were you scared?
To move out alone?
I think it's just scared, like the whole thing.
I think
the responsibility.
It hasn't really sunk in yet. I think the excitement's just overweighed any other emotion that there is. For me, did not. Actually, I bawled my eyes out when I left my house.
It was so funny. Pulled up at the lights. You alright, Amber?
Because obviously I had to bring my car back with me because it's been at my house the whole time. And so we were in separate cars and I had sad music on, which didn't have, and I just said goodbye to my dad. I thought I was going to be fine because I haven't lived there for so long, and like my dad, he just like wasn't letting go. He was like hugging me but not letting go, and I was like, Lee, come on now, we need to stop this. And Dan pulled up the lights and put his window down, and I was like, like just an absolute mess for leaving my dad, who I left like a year and a half ago. Yeah, fun fact as well, guys, my bedroom doesn't exist at home anymore. Me and my brother actually moved out really similar time, so Arlo's now in Josh's room and my room is now like my dad's blooming workshop art room. Yeah, and I actually want to show you guys in a vlog. Maybe I'll show you tomorrow because we're going to mine. It's all ripped out, new carpet, new walls. They were quick to get rid of me.
Will you be having Christmas at your new house?
Yeah. We've never had a whole Christmas day together in our relationship.
Yeah.
So we're just going to have the first one, just me and Dan.
Who does more cleaning? You or Dan? You, yeah.
Dan does the cooking, I do the cleaning.
Do you have a joint bank account now and do you pay equal bills? We haven't had that question.
No, good one.
Yeah, we've got a joint bank account and the bills are 50-50.
50-50. We kind of haven't really worked out how we do it yet because we haven't paid bills, but at the minute we're just like, what's going on at the house account at the minute is literally just food shop, so at the minute we're just pinging money in as and when.
Did you do a mortgage calculator online, and if so, was it the same amount that you were offered? This
is something that I find really interesting. When it comes to mortgages, banks do literally put your salaries together, and they do actually times it by 4.5.
Yeah, it's almost like that.
Yeah, that is literally it.
Unless you've got like shitloads of finance.
Yeah.
It's a really good indicator.
And then obviously you add on your deposit to make up the house price.
Yeah. Right, anyway, I'm missing the football, so should we end it?
Yeah, we'll end it here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. You've probably learned nothing, but that was our experience.
I enjoyed filming that.
I've been excited to film. Well, it was your idea to film this. God, back in like Jan, you were like, we can film the whole process, thinking it's going to be so easy.
I enjoyed filming that. It was nice to get it off our chest.
Yeah,
and share the experience.
Get it our experience. So yeah, just so you know, it's not all sunshines and rainbows.
No.
We ourselves had issues. Be prepared. And enjoy it.
Keep going.
Yeah, stay positive.
Don't give up.
If something happens, like it happened to us, and even we got told by people that it was the end and we couldn't do anything else.
And here we are.
Here we are in the house. So stay positive, stay motivated, and you'll get there.
Trust no one.
Yeah, don't trust them. They're all liars. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all very soon for a weekly vlog.
Bye.
Yay. Goodbye.
Bye.